If your scalp is more visible, if your curls look very limp and they're over too soft, too limp, if you get definition but you do not get the volume, then all of this will be solved by the end of this video. Namaste gorgeous people and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the mammoth topic, the mammoth question. Fine curly hair and low density curly hair, what you call thin hair. Trust me, it's very different from all the viral videos, from all the hair care routine, curly hair routine that we see on internet. In fact, my curly hair routine might not be suitable for someone with very fine hair, very low density hair. So I'm going to tell you how it's different, how to identify its fine hair, and how it's different and how can you manage it, and what curly hair routine you should follow, what styling method you should follow, and what should you not do for fine hair. So hit the like button and subscribe button if you find this video helpful. I'm sure you will. If you notice, my curly hair is looking much more voluminous and bouncy and fuller today. Why? Because I followed a routine that's specially for fine hair, for low density hair. And I do not have fine hair, I do not have low density hair. I have coarse hair and my density is also medium to high. But this routine can be followed by anyone and everyone who likes volume and fuller hair. So let's get started, and I am sure by the end of this video all your questions will be answered. Trust me and just keep on following. Okay, let's start from the very basics so that you do not get confused between fine hair, low density hair on all these terms and terminologies. So fine hair, when we talk about fine hair, we are talking about the width of hair strand. The width of hair strand as in what is the width of individual hair strand. Now how do you identify that? See, it's very easy. What you do is take one strand of hair and just single strand. I'll just come closer. Just rolls between your fingers and you can literally feel it between your fingers. Then it's definitely coarse hair. And if you are trying to roll your hair and it just feels like nothing, as if there's nothing between your fingers, then it's definitely fine hair. And if the width is medium, you will definitely feel it between your fingers, but it won't be too thick, so you know that way. And what is density? Now density means how much hair you have on your scalp. And this is very different from your hair texture. Your hair texture is basically fine, medium, coarse. Width of your strands, that's hair texture. And when we say density, that means how much hair we have. I have kind of lot of hair, so medium to high density. And when you have low density hair, a lot of your scalp will be visible. That means there are not many roots, there are not many hair follicles on your scalp. And usually it decreases, but it won't increase if you use any kind of oils or anything, because those follicles just won't sprout out, right? So we are not going to discuss hair growth and things, just we are going to identify things. Now fine hair and low density hair is totally different. But if someone says what type of hair you have, now you can tell them I have this kind of hair. But if someone says I have thin hair, then that confuses me a lot, because what is thin hair? Do you have low density? Do you have fine hair? I do not understand. You can have any of these combination. Like you can have fine hair with high density. You can also have fine hair with low density. You can have coarse hair with low density. Like your strands are thick, but you do not have a lot of hair on your scalp. So it could be anything. And it's just your hair identification does not mean anything. A lot of people feel that I have fine hair, nothing can be done. They are very weak, but that's okay. It's just hair type. And you can definitely manage them. Right? So there are different ways to do it, just different from others. But there's a good thing. Fine hair gets styled easily. If you're doing your curly hair styling routine, it will need less products, less water, because it gets clumped easily. So there are definitely advantages of fine hair as well. Grass is always greener on the other side. Coarse hair, I know how difficult it is. It gets frizzy very easily. It takes a lot of water for styling and it just get tangles a lot, and there are a lot of things. It's difficult to manage. Now if we speak about the structure of fine hair and coarse hair, then fine hair is very thin. That means the diameter is not a lot, and coarse hair is thick, diameter is a lot. So there's a lot of keratin inside coarse hair, and inside fine hair there's not a lot of layers. That's why coarse hair is slightly stronger and thicker than fine hair. And that is the reason why fine hair likes protein in their hair care products. And because the structure of fine hair is so thin, it's much more breakable. It breaks easily, it's brittle. And that's why if you snug and pull a lot on it, it will get just snapped. A lot of heat styling, bleaching is not tolerated by fine hair. So you have to make sure that you do not do a lot of it. Also, fine hair gets tangled a lot. Like all hair types get tangled a lot. My hair gets tangled everywhere, on the roots, behind the neck, and all of this gets tangled. But fine hair is just very, very tangled because it's so soft and wispy all the time. It just gets mixed into each other. Fine hair and also low density hair gets weighed down easily. The more you layer your hair, the more you condition your hair will get weighed down easily. Your hair will look over softened, your hair will look limp and mushy, So yeah, that's definitely a defining characteristic. Talking about low density hair, it also has to be managed differently because you could have dry coarse hair but you have scanty hair, you have less hair, then your scalp will be visible if you use too much product, too much moisturizing product. So yeah, that does happen and we are going to learn all of it. Now I'm going to take you through a wash day routine that can be followed by fine hair and low density hair because both have same requirement. They both want their scalp to be not shown, they both want fullness and volume along with definition. So I'll tell you all shampoo, conditioner, styling products, and I will also take you through proper styling routine, starting with how to start your wash day. You can definitely use oils. Oils are not really necessary, but it's good to do that. But do not use super thick, heavy oils. Try to use light oils. Do not use things like castor oil, coconut oil every single time. And if you are using those, use sparingly, very little. Leave it for 30 minutes or so. And then if your hair feels soft and tangles are just melting like that, then detangle your hair, especially with your fingers, a white tooth comb or a special detangling brush. But if you feel that your tangles are not just getting off easily, then do not try to detangle your hair because that is then going to break your hair a lot of pulling and tugging, and that will just snap your hair. But do not shampoo on tangled matted hair because that is going to further mat your hair. You do not want that. Detangle your hair definitely before shampoo. How do you do that? Either do it after oiling if it's possible and if it's very easy, or use conditioner and water. Just wet your hair with spray or anything and then apply some conditioner, and then your tangles will just start melting. Make sure your conditioner has nice slip. Just start from bottom and move upwards. Your tangles will melt. Then shampoo. Your wash day will be much more easier, faster, and you will lose much less hair. Not much more, much less hair, and breakage will be very like minimal. I do this all the time, so I know. I've been doing this since years. It works for everyone. It's super beneficial for fine hair. Now coming to the shampoo part. Now fine hair and low density hair, they want fullness. So either use volumizing kind of shampoos, or if you want to use a regular shampoo, make sure that shampoo is not conditioning shampoo. Conditioning shampoo will just clean your hair, but it will also soften your hair, and you do not want that. You do not want extra softening, like you do not want softening in every step of your wash day, right? So use a shampoo that's somewhere medium to strong because you want all that build up and all the dirt to be taken off, and that is going to give the fullness to your hair. And for this reason, do not use co-wash frequently. Firstly, that is very conditioning and softening. Secondly, does not remove things from your hair. Not all the things. You want fullness, you should remove all the dirt and everything from your hair. If you really want to use co-wash, just stick to your scalp. Do not use co-wash on your hair length. If you wash frequently, though it's not recommended, but if you really need to, then use mild shampoo. Again, don't use co-wash. Now, after rinsing off shampoo, a lot of people totally skip conditioner if they have fine hair. Do not do that, please. Conditioner is needed for various reasons. This manages your pH, it brings down the pH, makes your hair shiny, detangles your hair, whatever tangles are there in your hair, whatever is stuck in your hair, like flakes and everything, that's also removed. Stuck hair in your hair, like all the hair that's shed, that's also removed. So conditioner does a lot of things for you. But if you have fine hair, you do not want this area to go flat. And if you have low density hair, then also. So if you are condition from hair till hair. Mostly mid-lengths, because this is the oldest part and this needs more conditioning than this newer part. Okay, so stick to this area mostly and make sure you are not leaving the conditioner for like 4 minutes, 5 minutes. That's again going to leave your hair overly soft. Don't do any of it. And as far as deep conditioning is considered, do it as and when required. For fine hair and low density hair, I would not recommend weekly deep conditioning no matter what anyone says. And it can over soften your hair. You understand that? Super softening of hair will leave your hair very limp, volumeless, no bounce at all, and sometimes no shine as well. So deep condition, over soften your hair basically as and when required. If your hair is feeling very rough, it needs that extra softness, then go for deep conditioning for sure. But if it's not required, the conditioner is doing all the job itself, skip deep conditioning totally. Conditioner is enough. Coming to the styling part, my favorite part. Now, like I told you, fine hair and low density hair gets weighed down easily. They look limp easily, and the volume is not easy in these kind of hair. So the kind of hair routines that you have been seeing till now, they might not work for you. For example, this is what we were aiming for and we achieved that. So that's a good thing.